Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody is really doing well, and I hope wherever you guys live. First of all, the first month of January is almost on the verge of coming to an end, and I really hope that you guys have make your plans for 2024, and that you have started working towards achieving those goals, guys. With this, I'm wishing you all the very best to all each and every one of you, that you literally get success with achieving your goals, guys. With this, let's start the stream. So first of all, welcome everyone to this stream. And during our last stream, I was clearly mentioning that I'm expecting BTC to move on the downside towards my target of 39.3 and probably even to 37.9 as well, to 38,000 bucks. Now we literally went down, the market started dumping, and it perfectly went according to the plan. I also mentioned that USD dominance was bullish, guys, and this was a hard time plan that we really need to go to 6.22%. And in case if we start flipping 6.2, then we would be going towards 0.382 to 0.5 Fibonacci levels, and that's exactly what we did, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, at this moment, the USD dominance perfectly rejected from the weekly naked POC that we had here. Since like this weekly naked POC was there since 26th of November week, and we literally nailed it, and then rejected from the value area high of this small accumulation zone. Interesting fact about this move on the downside is that we did close a daily candle on a 6.2% back, meaning this makes it a more interesting for longing Bitcoin at this levels. Actually, honestly, if you ask me, the USD dominance on the daily time frame is still indeed looking bullish, and even though we have lost the MS support, but I personally feel that we are bullish, and even if it's gonna retest the 50% RSI, it's still bullish, and it's still aiming for more and more upside. If you look at the weekly time frame, we got a super big rejection so far on the weekly candle, but the fight is real for the USD DOM. If we start closing above 6.14%, or I would say 6.15% on a weekly, I would think that this is going to be like a big leap for the USD DOM, and we literally might start seeing an impulsive move going ahead. Now, not necessarily that the impulsive move is simply going to come in a single candle, or probably in a single day, or probably in a single week. No, we might slightly go chop, a little bit accumulation, and then probably look for more and more upside. But something to, remind yourself that till we are above this range lows of 5.63%, USD DOM is overall bullish, and every bounces we get, you literally enjoy the profits and then probably lock the profits and look for another opportunities. We bought on this dump Bitcoin spot around 39.3, 39.5. We also had our limits for the rest of the spot positions. 75% spot we already bought close to 39.3. The rest of the 25% spot, we really wanted to buy 38,000 because I was expecting 37.9 to hit, but front-fronted by 38,550, and which was a bit of chance that it was expected, as I updated in my Discord, that we had a huge liquidity block at 38,550, and that's exactly where it bounced from. Actually, I mean, I should have literally front-fronted a little bit, but overall, our spot bags literally moved almost close to 6%, 6.5% move, which was pretty much good actually. Now we also caught two scalps on the live stream yesterday with Ethereum, a very nice 2.3 hour scalp, and for waves, if you see here, it already hit my TP1. I already booked almost close to on this TP1, as I mentioned, this cross 2.2496 already booked almost close to 75%, and now riding with stops at break even actually. Overall was a good ride of almost close to because that move on the waves was almost 1 hour. So basically we almost made 3.3 hour yesterday on the stream. I take Discord streams for scalping for premium members, so we literally did good yesterday. Now let's talk about the yesterday DOM, guys. Also one more thing, I mean, if you have literally wrote CHR, Shore nailed that CHR with 16% move. Amazing trade. I personally took that CHR with him actually. Good trade, bro. Now let's talk about the overall what I feel about the USD dominance in coming week actually. Overall, I see that, despite of the fact that the crypto market are literally looking really good on the horizon time frame, but nevertheless, I mean, we really don't need to be so much bullish when the price is literally holding the range lows. Let's try and compare some numbers or some price pattern, before we go down into the USD dominance, so that you literally can understand as to what I'm trying to correlate and where this thing is coming from. So let's go to the gold chart first of all. So if you just go to the gold chart on the daily time frame, well, two things you need to look at on this chart first. So I'm just going to hide all my indicators over here so that the charts looks pretty much clean. First thing, this was the range highs, this was the range lows. We started to go up, but if you look at very closely over here, we did not sweep the highs. So here we literally had an equal highs, a very clean equal highs. This is where a huge liquidity was there, and this is exactly where the price was rejecting. Everybody thought that we're gonna sweep it and we're gonna short it there. They were longing, and then out of nowhere we just started dumping. That's exactly what happened with the USD dominance. I will show you. Then we went under the range lows like the way it did, accumulated slightly and started reversing, and then the reversal happens, a retest happens, and then it start going back to the equilibrium, deviation, accumulation, again a big pump, and took all the liquidity on an upside. Now this is exactly what happened with gold. But if you just look at very closely here on the weekly time frame for gold, let's have a look at the weekly time frame RSI as to how the RSI behaved when this sort of a thing happened. Just look at here. When RSI was highs, we literally topped out, we started dumping, we went down, we already swept the lows, made lower lows compared to the previous lows. We literally made lower lows. RSI starts flipping the MA. Once it starts flipping, a big move suddenly came out of nowhere, and we just started pumping out of nowhere. So this is what the RSI did on a weekly time frame. Now let's go to the Bitcoin chart. Now if you just go to the Bitcoin chart over here, the USD dominance chart on the weekly time frame. If we go to the USD dominance chart, a very similar sort of a price action we can see here. This was the highs, this was your lows. So that was your range highs, that was your range lows. And now here we did not sweep the highs, we did equal highs over here at these levels. Now this is a little bit worrying sign for me, honestly, if you ask me, because I'm really bullish on a market, and I really think that these equal highs is not necessary that it's not necessary that it's going to be taken care before the new all-time highs for Bitcoin, but you should also not be discounting the fact that or neglecting the fact that these equal highs are very strong, because these are not the only equal highs USD dominance have. You also have equal highs over here on the lower term time frame, which is still pending the liquidity. We also have equal highs over here, which is still pending the liquidity. So you have a hell lot of liquidity above 8.5%. That's like a huge liquidity we have in the market, just in case if we start reversing. Now let's talk about the similar sort of a price action that gold had. We literally started accumulating inside these levels, deviated, but never closed a single weekly candle under this USD dominance range lows, making it a most strong level so far. And I've been very vocal about it since we were just going down, that USD dominance is not closing under, meaning this is really bullish, and at some point we are going to see a reversal, and the reversal is going to be very nasty. And that's exactly what happened this week actually. Now I would not say that we literally nailed the shorts or we literally nailed the top, but what I can say is we literally nailed that 48.5 levels golden pocket zone, because 49,000, I was not having that 49,000 levels. I was having either 48.5 or 49.8 levels. These were the two levels I had. 49,000 is absolutely the rejection that we got, was absolutely, I did not have any levels over there. 48,500 was the levels I had on the golden pocket zone, which was expected to hit, and it slightly went above, and then we started dumping. Overall, I was bearish actually. Even in the last stream, if you just look at the last stream as well, I mentioned we were bearish. Now let's talk about what might happen next. Let's look at the RSI. The RSI over here as well, this is where the RSI lows were. This was the lows. We went lows over here, as you can see, and then if you draw the support line from here, you can clearly see that, the RSI is more or less looking good from the support perspective. We formed a very big bullish divergence on RSI over here, and the price literally bouncing very, very nicely. So far, we are trying to flip the MA, and once we start closing this week above MA, I'm damn sure the next week is going to be like a retest of the MA, and the price starts pumping back up. Now that is a very good scenario, but there is an alternative scenario which, I feel that there is a possibility that it might play out as well. So the alternative scenario would be, the dominance don't flip the 6.2%, we start rejecting. So this can be 1, this is 2, the whole move down was 3 over here, this was your 4, our ABC wave 4. We can have one more wave down like this for a wave 5, goes towards 5%, maybe even 4.96%. Everything bounces, Bitcoin goes to 50,000, maybe 51,000. And RSI on a weekly time frame literally makes, starts rejecting and makes new lows as well, or might not make as well. But overall, I think that this is also a scenario we should not be discounting. It's a very bullish case in case of we are doing wave 4. Right now, at this point, there is no confirmation at this point that, the wave 4, we are into wave 4. We have started something new, impulsive move on an upside. Now, I'm going to show you why I think that, we are not in a wave 4 actually. And we might just have started something, a new impulsive move on an upside. Now, let's deep dive onto the lower term time frame. So if you look at here on a USD dominance chart on the 4 hours time frame, now let's say even if we are saying that this has not this has started something new, or let's say even if this is like a 5 waves, where is the 5 waves? Yeah, let's say even if this is 1, 2, 3, ABC 4, and this was your wave 5. So even if this is your wave 5 and this was something, let's say wave A, the wave B cannot be so damn short. That's not a possibility actually. It can't be that small actually. Wave B is always a fuckery wave, and this can't be a small wave B. Meaning, the only thing that comes into my mind at this point is this is some sort of a wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, some sort of a wave 3 here, 4, 5. So that's gonna be like, a 1, 2, a 1, and we are doing wave 2 here, and we might be literally doing for a run up when, on the Bitcoin, because we are holding a major support at this moment, even though we are inside the resistance of 6.2%, but we are having a strong support. As you can see, even my support resistance indicator says that we have 2 rockets at 6%, and yesterday also mentioned this is the strong levels. Every time we have rejected it, and if this is flipping on a weekly time frame, even on a daily time frame, I do think that this is going to be a little bit trickier for everyone. So the new long opportunities you really want, either will long the retest of 6.2%, so let it retest the 6.2% and start reject, we long it, and unless this is like a deviation, reclaim it back, and we start going back up, come back down, and we'll look for a run up like this. That's exactly where we can get a fuck off like scenario. So basically at this point, at current prices, in my view, we just have to be a little bit patient. I think 28th of Jan, normally historically, I have showed you, tomorrow is my birthday, and on 28th Jan, historically, if you just look at the Bitcoin price on 28th of Jan, we have seen a small, we have seen always a green candle. Basically, it's always pumping. Very few times, like 2019 and maybe 1 year or so, there was a red candle, but the next day it pumped literally like a big move. So in my view, now let's go to the Bitcoin chart. I was very much vocal about it that we are not looking for shorting Bitcoin. We are looking to buy the dips, and that's exactly what we did. Now there are 2 possibilities over here on a Bitcoin, guys. So the support resistance indicator was so fucking valid, and it literally bounced from 38,771, which was having 9 rockets. I was expecting the 37,800 to test it. Unfortunately, did not. Even if you look at the replay function over here, when literally these levels, we had this support at 38,771, because this is the only support and resistance indicator that you will ever see in this whole space, which literally you don't repaint. Basically, it is so static. It computes the support and resistance from the inception of this coin, basically. So since 2010, or since this chart that we are having, since the beginning of the candle, it literally looked for a support and resistance, and it's gonna keep the most accurate, the most strongest support, and the rest of over here it's gonna convert into rockets. The more the number of rockets, the more stronger the levels are going to be. Basically, 8 rockets makes it more stronger, but if it goes to here, it's a definitely a buy. I mean, if the price is likely going to pump from there, it's gonna give you a good bounce. Even if you can play like 100x leverage from when it goes to big level like 31, we perfectly rejected from 42,091. When we start going here, we bounced at 40,500. We went to 42,091, rejected so perfectly from the levels, and then we started moving down. Now, if you really don't want all these things, you can, probably set up your indicator as well. You can remove some noises as well, whatever you want. We also have a trend line as well. I have made it off. You can have the trend line. We have volumetric candle as well. Then we have Fibonacci levels. The long-term and short-term fibs automatically drawn. These are the fibs you will get it. It's up to you whether you want to keep it or not. But if you keep it, just look at how the price rejected from the golden pocket zone. And this was the previous golden pocket zone. If you just look at from the hours and time frame fibs, it's definitely going to help you a lot. If you really don't, if you are, you don't know how to draw fibs and a lot of stuff, this is really going to help you. But just look at how the price bounces from those levels and give you that good amount of bounce. I personally like this indicator, guys, a lot. I play a lot from this, scalping a lot. Not only this indicator, but using the price action algo as well. Talking about the lows and time frame price action. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, we are likely going to form, in my view, inverse head and shoulder, meaning that you have a very nice here, a shoulder, a very nice head, and I think we are likely going to form another shoulder like this. Not necessarily we can go to 40,300, but we are having a strong support at 40,560 with a 6 rockets. So we are likely going to front run it and probably going up towards 43,000 bucks. So that's what I'm aiming for on a Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just looking for, a move on the downside. Now, all on LTF for scalping purpose, we're just going to take another stream with the premium members where I'll be giving some of the scalps, what I feel, what I see. So that's what I'm going to do. But overall, I see that the dips are for buying in my view till, it invalidates the whole thing. This, in my view, is some sort of a wave 3 here. I'm expecting a wave 4 and going to look one more push on the upside for the wave 5. Overall target for this Bitcoin move is, in my view, 42,730 to 43,000 bucks. That's what I'm aiming for on Bitcoin. Why? Because let's say there are two possibilities over here. In case if this is 1 and this is wave 2 over here. So if this is 1, 2, the wave 3 normally goes towards 1618. Basically, which also means that, we might literally not go down from here, but we can go to the order block that we have around, or the previous naked POC around 41,400, 41,393. So that way, we might just look for some LTF bounces. Even you can just look for fibs, basically. So you can look for, the fibs from here. Let's see. Normally 0.382 to 0.5 is where normally the retracement happens, but you can also get a shallow retracement to 0.236, which already we are at a 0.236 levels. So in case, I think we can, if we do happen to get a bounce, this is from here, or probably we can have one more sweep down, go to the order block, and this is going to be like 1 2 1 2. So that's like a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. So that's your wave 3 over here. And we are doing A, B, C, wave 4 ideally. Or what it can do is, on here, it bounces, retest, come back down like this. We'll long here at 41,300 because we have a support, and to 0.3. This is the levels in my view we should be aiming for wave 4. And then we can even do a shallow bounce actually. So we can literally pump from here as well for like a wave 5. So not necessarily we can literally go and retest the 40,600 bucks. We might do something like this as well. Simply 41,340, 41,000. Now this is the bullish count that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Now we also look for a bearish count. Now I'm expecting this is like a 5 waves. The move is likely going to be the 5 wave move actually. That's what I am expecting or anticipating. Now, in case if this is not like a 5 wave move, but this is A, B, C, because this was 1 2 3 4 5. This was A, B, C, B, and then you got another one, A, B, C, 2. So this is 1 2 3 4 and 5. Basically, what does it mean is instead of 5 waves, the move can be over here A, B, and this can be C as well. meaning that practically or C might be in as well, but I really don't think C is in. We really need to have that one more push up towards 42,900 to 43,000 bucks. That is the push up that we really need, because you have a lot of confluence. You have monthly neck at POC, you have weekly neck at POC, you have daily neck at POC from around 17th of Jan. So almost we have a lot of resistance over here. Basically we need it. We just need to take the liquidity. Once we take the liquidity, we might be start dropping back again towards 40,500, because overall, if you look at the if you look at the 4 hours time frame, what I think is the move we are doing right now is a corrective move. Now, even if we get a push up on the upside, I do think that we are likely going to see a move on the downside for a wave 2 or maybe wave B, because this is where we have a naked POC on the weekly time frame. Is anticipated for me that we're going to take it maybe even to 39,000 bucks as well, and from there going back further towards $46,000. So that's where the the overall anticipation is, that we are likely going to go further on an upside for this whole move. I would like to see it going towards the range highs of these levels of 45,927. That's exactly where also in the weekly naked POC. So in coming days, I do think Bitcoin is likely going to give us a very interesting move on an upside. If you are not there, if you have not bought it, we have bought the spots. I'm gonna hold it because my target for the spot bags are 45,000 to 46,000 bucks. Can even probably go for a worst case scenario, as I mentioned. It can literally this is like 1 2 chop, and it can literally go and make new highs like 50,000 bucks or so, take all the liquidity, and then we start dumping back down. I mean, this is going to be an irregular expanded flat for a wave 4, and that's exactly what I've seen it happen many times. That's going to be like an irregular expanded flat. We go for this move is some sort of a bigger wave A over here. The wave B can even go for irregular expanded flat, making it 50,900, and then we go for wave C towards 35,000. So it fucks all the shots, it fucks all the longs, because what is going to happen, people are just simply going to wait for 35,000, 34,000, 33,000. They are just waiting. It never happens. We just keep on bouncing. We just make new all-time highs. Now everybody's going to be FOMOing. We are going to new all-time highs, 60,000, 70,000. It's coming. And liquidity is getting created over here. Everybody gets trapped here, and then we start dumping. So this is where the worst case scenario would be, and this worst case scenario is so much valid. It also going to form, in my view, a very interesting broadening top pattern. In case if you guys knows about it, this is a perfect broadening top pattern actually, in my view. So there is a very likelihood chance that the bottom for Bitcoin might be in, but not the same case with the ETH. ETH is likely to have that one more sweep of the lows before we start reversing. So at this point, the longs for Bitcoin on the dips looks more amazing than Ethereum, and there are some alts that looks good, which I'm going to talk about it on a private stream with the premium members. So overall, I think this is the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, and this can even literally go to 53,000 bucks as well. So hence, guys, on the next dip we get anywhere around 39,900, 40,000 as well. I would not simply wait for the 39,000 test. I think we should be buying the rest of the spot bags around 39,900, 39,000 to 40,000, and then probably simply wait for some nice 1-2 move, so that we can start building coin margin contracts for that spot bags that we have bought it already. And there we're also going to build some longs. I'm going to give all the trades for the swings that I see so far. Now this is what the plan that I have for Bitcoin. This is the alternative scenario. My ideal plan is we reject from here and go down like this normally. This is the plan, and we can probably even go to 34,800, 35,200. That's a huge amount of liquidity, but at any cost we are not going to break under 33,000 at these levels, because we really need that pump up. So this is the idealistic scenario. But in case if we go for as I mentioned, extended scenario, or I would say the fuck up scenario where nobody expects it, then this is going to be a big fuck up scenario with a huge broadening top, and that's perfectly going to tell us that this was your wave for A, B, and then probably C for a wave 5, and from there we started running back up. So that's going to be a very interesting case for a Bitcoin probably going ahead. So I do think that February, March is going to be an interesting month. A lot of pump is going to happen, a lot of dump is going to happen, a lot of choppiness is going to happen, a lot of people are going to get trapped. So we really need to play it very wisely. So that's what we have for Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the Ethereum. We took a nice scalp yesterday, if you remember, on ETH at 2249 with a take profit target of 2273 and 2285. I literally booked all the profit at 2273 personally on the monthly levels, and we are so far rejecting it. Now what I see is we are almost close to doing 5 waves. My plan for the ETH is very much simple, and it's still same. I think that the move on and upside that we are watching is your wave, is your wave 4 actually. So basically, we are also going, we can already have one more push up to 2288 to 2300. One more push up is a possibility, but before that, I would like to see a small dump and then probably dump like this, and then we start going down. So BTC is not gonna sweep the lows. BTC is gonna hold the 40k, maybe even 39.9. However, the Ethereum is likely going to dump towards 2130 and can even go to because there is a huge amount of liquidity we have, and can even go to 2075 as well. Huge levels we have over here, which is like a big levels for us to literally take some long opportunities, because that's how it's going to finish this 5 wave structures, or because this is like some sort of a B. You have 1 2 3 4 and one more push down for the wave 5, so that's going to finish this whole move. And then after that, Bitcoin starts running, Ethereum also starts running, inverse head and shoulder, a breakout of the trend line. This is the trend line that we have, a reclaim of the green trend line support, and then the price starts flipping the 2022 equilibrium, go back up to the 2022 golden pocket zone, and then to 2020 sweeping up the 2023 highs as well. So that's what the target for ETH as well in my view. So I think this is the good levels for us to take some scalps or buy some spot bags as well and build some coin margin longs. Now these are all the bullish case scenario that we have. The worst case scenario, as I mentioned, if Bitcoin also starts rejecting from the levels of $46,000, as I mentioned, this 46,000, 45,900, 46,000, then this is going to be a very simplistic wave A over here, wave B, and then wave C. That's our bearish count. The red one is a bullish count that we have for Bitcoin. Now guys, remember, this is not something is gonna happen in a day or two. It's gonna take some time. It also depends on how the USD DOM is likely going to react at 6.2% as well. If it reclaims, then definitely we are going to go for some chop, reject, come back down, and then probably do something like this as well. So 6.2 is our biggest levels for the USD DOM. And as I mentioned over here on the weekly time frame, we can have one more dip on the downside before literally reversing. That's a very good possibility and very high possibility as well. But overall, in my view, the way we are holding the range lows, I do think that the bullish count is having more viability and feasibility on the USD DOM rather than bearish. So basically, it can simply, if we are closing above 6.15, or even I would say if you're closing above 5.97, it's going to be the first candle is going to close above these levels, which is still a good sign for a USD DOM. So it can retest the levels, probably 5.81, and then we start running back up like this. I mean, this is a possibility as well. So let's see what it gives the next week. But overall, my plan for the BTC is in we're going to get a retracement to 39.9, 39.9 to 40,000. Max it can go to 39,000. $50, that's the max it can go for the B wave, and then I would be expecting a pump up towards 44,355 and $46,000. So that is the plan for Bitcoin. I will just give some hint on few of the alts that I feel they are literally looking good. First is Solana. I do think that Solana is looking good. Any dip towards 87.3 to 86.5 is for longing. Your invalidation levels would be around 81.5. That would be your invalidation. And your take profit targets for Solana is the liquidity pool that we have. The first will be around 105, and then you can go for literally around 109.8 to 110 as well. But Solana is a must buy the dip in my view. It's literally breaking out of the trend line. This is the first breakout. It happened from the trend line, rejected. Another fake breakout, rejected, and now it's breaking out for the third time. So definitely in my view, this is the time we have a breaking out with the volume as well. There is a volumetric candle as well, as you can see, the huge volume, but still it's not a big volume compared to what it used to be. But if you look at the 15 minutes time frame, yes, we are breaking out with the big volumetric candle, the white candle, as you can see, and it's so far looking good. Now there is a 15-minute support that we have around 91 as well. So 91 to 90.3 is a good support on the lower term time frame. Now on the lower term time frame, if you really want to play some weekend scalps, you can long here. You can ride it till 93, maybe when it can go from here to 96 as well, and then probably come back down like this. So this is the good levels with the 16 rockets over here on Solana. Overall, the price action algo also going to help you add more support. As you can see, we have current weekly open over here, and also you can just see what the structure looks like at this point. So just if you had the structures, you can look at the fair value gaps. You can also check how the order block look like over here on the current chart time frame. Let it load, and also we can check the liquidity as well. So liquidity is already there. Now if you look at here, the chart is slightly looking messy, but that's fine. Overall, the structure is bullish, but right now we are having a bearish chalk on a 15 minutes time frame. So definitely what it tells you that if we hold the order block and we have an engulfing candle over here, the engulfing candle order block, we can go there, reclaim the current week open, a bounce towards 93, as I mentioned, 92.793, and then reject and dump. So that is going to be a scalp for a weekend on Solana probably. This is looking really good in my view. We also have a nice order block over here with a bearish pennant. A bearish pennant candlestick, is really bearish in my view. So that the name suggests itself with the pennant, So till the price don't reclaim those levels, we are still bearish at this point. So definitely I expect a bounce towards 92.7, maybe even 93 as well. That's the levels for shorting Solana, and we should be aiming for a move on the downside, basically towards the 15 minutes fair value gap that we have around 88 to 87.9, which is also your EMA 50 daily. Everything you get it on a single chart with just two indicators. You have support, resistance, you have levels, and then you also want some confluences. Just have your divergence indicator over here. You can just probably, if you don't like hidden divergences, just hide it. So it's just going to show you the developing divergence. This was divergence. It just triggered over here. You see, even if you see the replay function over here, it's a real-time divergence. It formed a divergence over here at 93.75, and then any retest happened at 93.6. That was a nice short as well. Now let's look at how the next divergence also forms on this Solana, and how accurately it gives real-time divergences on a single candle. RSI OBV stock was bearish on this bounce. You can probably short it here on the Solana, and that's how the price just starts going down. Any bounce you get is for shorting, and you got now confirmed divergences. The price is literally going to move into that direction on the downside. You would literally get a perfect move with just a divergence indicator as well overall. So this is how the indicators are going to really help you in your trading journey. And also we have RSI SR screener, which is one of the unique indicator. Basically the RSI SR screener on a 15 minutes time frame, it's pains candle based on when the RSI hits the support or resistance level. You see, this was the white candle it painted over here. This was indication that look, RSI is at strong support. From here, any dips we get is for buying. So even if you accumulated or buy from 81.5 till $79, just imagine if you're playing just with spots, if you're buying it, and even if you would have bought the next candle at $81, you would have maxed down by 3%. But just look at your profits, guys, and how much would you would have made on this whole move on an upside with pumping up literally towards almost 15%, making like 5-hour setup with just one indicator, guys. RSI SR screener. This is like, and also you can have screener over here probably. I mean, I'm not asked everyone to, but you can have the screeners, just probably have the tables for various charts, crypto cap, USD DOM, total, BTC. You can have up to 10 screeners over here. It's up to you what all charts you really want to have. But this is one of the unique indicators you will get on the anywhere on here actually. Overall, guys, I think the market is likely going to give us a little bit pullback on across the fund, and then probably we'll be looking for some scalps on Bitcoin and across the board, ladies and gentlemen. So that's all what I have for today's stream, and I wish you all a very happy weekend. We're going to do another stream in next few hours regarding after the prayers happen. For the scalping stream on the premium, and we're just gonna. So one thing you just remember, from 1st of February, the prices of the premium are going to hike up from $21 currently to $34.99. So currently the $21 is just a bargain, guys. You get all the indicators, you get the bots, you get our calls, you get analysis, you get everything you need to be a better trader. You get educational material. So a lot of things you get it, guys, in just $21 a month. So if you would like to subscribe, you can just go onto my Discord and just click on the Whoop page, and you can subscribe there. For this $34.99 is only for new members, guys. please, a lot of people DM me that, you know, my price. No, the current member price is going to remain same whether they subscribe by the USDT or you subscribe by the Whoop. But for the USDT, there is a rule. So if you don't renew a subscription in next 24 hours, you will lose your, you know, basically $21 subscription, and then probably you'll have to go for 34.99 as well. The bot have been updated in that way actually. So that's all for today's stream, guys. And if you like it, do like and press the you know, share button, and give me or ask me anything you want regarding the bots or indicators or trades or analysis or any charts. Just ping me on Twitter. I'm also doing a giveaway, guys, $150 giveaway to 2 people, guys. Just create a Bybit account using the link, my link basically mentioned on Twitter, and just, you know, deposit $100. Once you deposit, just let it be. In 24 hours, I'm gonna announce that winners, $150 to 2 person, guys. So that's all. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.